Hey, there we are.
Hello, it is Scotch. 4 dummies.
4 of us.
All 4 of us here.
Happy
Beautiful
Thursday.
evening.
This is like a record.
Cheers.
Happy
Cheers. 2 weeks in a row.
Thursday. God, what a week. What a week. Cheers to you
Cheers,
all.
guys.
All right. I just had a quick pour of Black Bull because I ran out of what I had before and can't start the show without a whiskey, right?
Right?
That is correct.
And we need something a little light because we're
This is a
sampling
good point.
lighter fare.
What do we got on the docket, guys? What's going on today?
Colila?
No.
We start with
That's not even funny.
We're going to start with the King of the Hill tonight. An Irish King of the Hill.
Irish King of the Hill.
Sean's being mean.
And
I am a
then
little
we're
bit.
going to switch it up and we're going to do a live review. We haven't done one of those in a long time. Heck, we haven't even done a recorded review in a long time. But we've got a really special whiskey we're really excited to try. We've been sitting on it for a little while. But we'll do a live review after the King of the Hill. So we've got a couple good things to talk about. But let's kick it off, see who's here,
You
man.
got it. Let's see who's up there.
I see George.
4 of us are here. That's good.
Tom is always
Tom's always
first.
there.
That guy is ready to go.
That's not fair.
It is.
Hey, Paul M.
Bob Bates is here
What's he
too.
saying?
There we
Teeling,
go.
Woo, woo. Want to hear about that bottle? Been wondering about that one for
Really?
a long time. Really? Okay. You know
Okay.
what? To be fair, I think this might be my first Teeling experience too.
I've had
We
tea.
opened it. Yes.
I've got a Teeling experience, but I'm sure it's way better than this one. We were at Jeff Timmy's house, and he popped open like a 30 or 35-year-old
well, that's-
Teeling and just started pouring it like it was water.
That sounds about right.
I've got a couple of Teelings at my house, but they're like the basic entry level.
Yeah, this one's not so basic. Hopefully it can do what it needs to do.
We got Bilbo.
What's up,
Hello,
Bilbo?
Bilbo.
Pierre.
Pierre's in. Pierre's in the house from Canada.
Yep.
Sean.
Minion.
Hello,
There we
Sean.
go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey, Chuck.
Oh man.
Hoagie.
Hoagie Bear speaking
Ciao.
Italian.
Senor.
And we owe you a call, my friend. We haven't
Spanish?
forgotten about you. It's been crazy, my friend.
Yeah.
We'll get
Good
a hold
to
of
see
you.
you, my friend. I see Wes.
Wesley Am.
Yeah.
Rich.
There's
Rich
the
is
old
in.
man.
Yeah.
Mark
Mark.
JG.
There we
Hey,
go, there we
man.
go.
Good to see
Man, we got
you,
everybody
brother.
from
Good evening, everyone.
Louisiana to Canada.
Amen, man. Good to see you.
That's right.
So
Trevor?
Jose says he's
Trevor?
had Teeling, but not Yellowspot. So we'll be asking for everybody's opinions here in a second to see who, what, when, where.
Hold on. What's going on? What's it say?
Ah,
Oh,
Tom.
super chat.
Oh,
Tom,
my
you
God.
didn't
have to do that.
Tommy.
But we appreciate it.
Thank you, Tom.
Let's raise a big glass to Tom.
Cheers to
Tom,
that.
Cheers.
you are
Yeah.
a wonderful man. I don't
I'm
care what
on
Mark
to you,
says
buddy.
about you.
Since we're raising glasses, let's continue to do this. We've got 2 of our patrons. They got birthdays.
That's right.
One today and one tomorrow. So that sailor man right there, Everwind. Happy
Boy,
birthday
Bates.
to you.
Happy
Oh,
birthday.
boy.
Birthday.
And
Chad,
where
right-
is Chad?
He's
There he
right
is.
up above him.
Chad's birthday's tomorrow.
Let's find
to
him.
you, gentlemen.
There's Everwin,
There we
Chad's
go.
2 up.
and then Chad's 2 up. Booyah!
Cheers to you,
So,
gentlemen.
happy birthday to both of
man.
you.
Hope you guys have
You
great
guys are
days.
best. Love you guys.
Yep.
All right, let's get to this battle. Battle. I gotta get the camera, dram cam set up here real quick. You guys talk about that when
All
I
right.
do this.
Can
clear my-
Sean, can you hand me that water, the big water, so I can rinse my glass and clear my palate?
Clear the palate
Yep.
because these are
that.
Irish. We expect them to be a little bit lighter, a little
Yep.
bit
Yep.
Raise that guy up. There we go.
delicate.
So who's our?
Current champ is Yellowspot, so let's
Yep.
lead off with the challenger tonight, Teeling. You want to talk about Teeling? Talk to me about Teeling.
I don't know much about Teeling, to be honest with you.
don't
and
either.
and I'm not wearing glasses, so I can't read that small.
Oh, no,
Uh-oh.
he's busting everybody's chops.
So the
I'm-
current number one challenger tonight is Teeling Whiskey Pot Still. It's the single pot still label. I don't know anything more than that other than 46% ABV. I got it. Bottled in 2020. So there's a couple different Teelings out there. The one with this blue label, it's a single pot still on it, is what you say, $75?
It's all over the place. I think averages.
Tom
I've seen
found it.
70. I
Yeah.
think it's like 55 in some places. I've seen it as high as 89. Just it's up there. I wouldn't say 70. Now it's not in the same price line as this, which you're going to talk about in a second.
Right.
But and from what I understand too, when I was researching it, they've got like 4 different kind of whiskeys, right? They've got single grain, they've got the pot still, and they've got a couple other ones I can't remember off the top of my head. But this is the pot still we're doing tonight. 40.
Single pot still. Teeling whiskey, single pot still Irish whiskey, 40% ABV. I know it's not that underpriced. I think Tom said it was $59 in Chicago. So at least it's not a $30 whiskey.
Right.
Which there are Teelings that are $30.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
standard,
Yeah.
the standard white label Teeling bottle.
They wouldn't be
is-
fair against the current champ, though. So the current champ is
So we've got Yellowspot, and I'm a Yellowspot fan. I like
why not?
Yellowspot.
Why wouldn't you be?
So 12 years old, single pot still. This is a 3 cask maturation. So you've got bourbon, sherry, and what's the other one? Malaga.
Malaga.
So this one is non-chill filtered, and it is 46% ABV.
So a little higher.
So it's coming in a little higher. This one is also about $100,
Yeah.
give or take. So I mean, it's a little more expensive, but you're also getting more whiskey in your whiskey. 3 cask
all sorts of-
maturation.
yeah.
So I think that there's a value proposition to that. But I'm kind of interested to see. It's pot still for pot still. They're going to be lighter whiskeys.
So interesting, this particular Teeling, I'm reading the small print here. This one is a recipe of 50% unmalted spring barley and 50% malted barley.
Okay.
So I don't know what that's going to equate to. It point blank says this is not how everyone makes Irish whiskey. It's how we make Irish
Well,
whiskey. Okay,
go
whatever.
ahead.
So there's Hoagie. Check it. Thank you, Hoagie.
So Teeling is, this pot still is supposedly the first actual material from Teeling. Everything
Okay.
else before the Teeling produced was sourced. So interesting to note.
So this is their big product, their final.
This is their,
homegrown.
and it's not an age statement, so we don't really
Right, we don't know the age on it. Now, luckily, the Yellowspot's only 12 years. So what's it got to be considered Irish whiskey? Is it 2 or 3 years?
Yeah.
One of the. I'm pretty sure it's 3 years.
I think so.
But Teeling's been around. I mean, it's no newcomer. It's been around the block for a while, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been selling a lot of whiskey.
I'm interested to see what the unmalted malted
I am too.
split does, if it gives it a little bit richer flavor profile, if it's got a little more cereal notes possibly in the whiskey. I mean, there's plenty of the enzymes from the malted
one
to
is
break
what's
down the starches into sugars when they're doing the.
But the unmalted is what's gonna. I think it's gonna throw a different taste, a different flavor
might.
profile in there.
I can tell you
It's
right
got
now,
to.
the spots in general they've been really good, and the yellow spot
Ouch.
it's a champ for a reason.
So yeah, current champ Yellowspot. There's green, yellow, blue, and red right now, right? And technically, they're all distilled at
I think they have a gold coming out.
Jameson distilleries, right?
Yes.
So the green and the yellow really readily available. Hence the yellow labels in this whole King of the Hill, competition. Really, the blue and the red not so readily available. Pretty hard to come
Hard to
by,
find,
actually.
really hard to find.
Both great whiskeys, but the yellow and the green are too. I think the green's 10 years.
Yes.
So Yellowspot.
Haven't
Who did
forget.
Yellowspot knock off? Was it Redbreast?
No, no, I think it was. I looked at it earlier today. And you're
I was trying to figure out who Yellowspot
I don't
would beat
remember
to
all
be the Irish King of the Hill right now. There you go. It was
Redbreast 12.
12.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so honestly, the crazy thing is Green Spot lost to Red Spot, and then Redbreast, and then Redbreast lost to Yellow
It's the
Spot.
colors.
Yeah, it's confusing.
Teal.
Anyway,
Lean.
we've got.
Teal.
Oh wow.
That's bad.
Yeah, that was
Well,
bad.
I mean, look at the label. Isn't
So
that teal?
you got these pre-poured.
I do.
All right, bring the glasses out here and let's go over the rules here. Here's
And
how
Drew
this is gonna go
poured,
down.
so
Let's talk about that later.
no, I'm just saying your
vote
vote doesn't
My
count.
vote doesn't
tonight.
count. Correct.
Right. So yeah, since
Even,
Drew's the
even
one
though I
that
really don't remember what
put the
they
three
did.
pours down,
We never
Yeah,
do.
wrote
We'll
it
get
down.
Drew's vote. We'll get his score, if you will.
Yeah.
But to keep it so we don't have a tie, his doesn't count. So Mark JG says Yellowspot's one of his favorites. So that kind of makes sense.
So Chad Anderson and everyone both made this comment that if they're pot still, they probably both have malted and unmalted.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, malted barley is more expensive because there's a lot of process to it.
Obviously.
And most beers made with unmalted, typically when you get a brewed beer, they don't malt their barley. So
Okay.
it's
Let's get a close up
Easier
of
to
this real
get.
quick before we dig in there. So we've got
So-
black and gold tonight are in the glasses. And we've got here's a Teeling and yellow spot. So, both of them, you can't really tell colors here. I mean, obviously this is a black bottle, but I'm not sure it makes a
With
difference.
that being said, the black glass doesn't match the black bottle. We don't know which one.
No,
is which.
no.
yeah.
clue.
So
I-
we'll say black is the barrel is
Aquavitae.
heads. Barrel is heads. Let's see which one we do first. Blackest barrel. Looks like we're starting with the gold.
All right, so
All right.
gold's lead off.
All right. Get in there, Andrew.
So as Andrew's doing this, we'll get his notes here. What we're going to do is we're going to do a round of nosing, a round of tasting, palate, finish. Put water on them, do a round of nosing, a round of palate, finish. So kind of 4 rounds if you're going to kind of try to keep score and whatnot. And then we're all going to pick our winner. It doesn't mean the winner is better or worse overall. It's in this moment tonight. What we're tasting, what we're getting, has a lot to do with what we had to eat today, mood, whatever. Tomorrow it could be different, but right now it's just like a boxing match. In this moment, who's going to win?
Yep.
So as I knows that, I
you
get
got?
some light cereal. Not much. I mean, there's not a lot of sweetness or honeys or any of those kind of in there. Very light. No grain note. No high alcohol content. It just smells like a really light whiskey.
Drew, what do you got?
Similar. To me, I've got a little bit more Banana Foster on the nose. On it.
Really?
Yeah, it's somewhat light, but it's more crisp. I don't know why, but like crisp lettuce, Banana Foster. Like I don't know. It's kind of
Wow.
vegetative a little bit maybe on the nose.
Sean?
That is
So
not what I got.
I'll give you the banana because I do get a sweetness to it, and there's a sugary. I was trying to place
Yeah.
the sugar note that I'm getting from it because it has a sweetness to it, but it's not like a cooked sugar. It's not like cotton candy. It's almost like a fruity sugar, like you get
Caramelized or something.
from like really ripe pineapple or something, where it's just all sugar on it.
Barbecued pineapple, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, I don't
You
want to
guys are
say
getting flavored heavy.
there's definitely a sugar note in there, but there's also an edginess, and I want to say that's probably due to the alcohol vapor. I mean, this is a pretty big pour. The glass is really full, which is good. It's going to allow us to really get into this, but
It's nice. It's got a really nice nose to it. It's very light. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, but it's
Yeah, it's
enjoyable.
like a pineapple.
but you know what? You're right. Very light. But honestly, for an Irish, there's a pretty solid nose here.
Yeah,
there's something
is.
to get into.
yeah, because I was getting like wheat bread kind of notes of the cereal. That was great
Yeah.
one I was getting.
Can you guys taste what they're calling pot stilled? And as far as that, is that something that you could say, oh, that must be Irish because it's pot stilled?
That's not what would give me away to say it's Irish. I would say you've got more chance of guessing that it's triple distilled than
Yeah.
which is going to give it away.
To me, on the palate, it's that light.
More of the palate.
Oh, absolutely.
That
More
that
refined.
Light, yeah.
There's some light pine.
Dare I say?
I too like to live dangerously. Hey, DB She, it's good to see you.
Yeah, there is something like on the nose that starts off kind of pleasant, sweet, and then it smacks you a little bit with some weird. I don't know what that is. If it's the alcohol or bitterness or something on the nose.
So these are both 46. There's not going to be a giveaway when it comes to alcohol content.
I thought you said the Teeling was 40.
46? 46,
Well,
46.
It's almost maybe menthol or something like that.
Menthol.
Menthol, thank you.
Like a minty.
Baroque.
Yeah, that.
I'll make fun of myself.
Baroque cask.
I'm
All right. And Irish, I struggle with Irish. I do not get the flavor that I generally like in Irish. It's just really light. It's really, really light, really thin. I mean, I'm getting.
It's kind of hot though.
It is a little hot. It is that, but I'm getting just really light grains, like cereals, like
Really?
like wheat bread. I
Yeah,
mean,
it
that's
is.
the
It is
malted
cereal.
barley.
Yeah.
What do you get then?
Similar what he's saying. I feel like it's more refined. Like you have to come in this one with a clean palate, and you have to be kind of like, this is not something, I don't know that you'd pour an Irish in a blind and be like, what is this? This is something you need to kind of know what you're getting into. It's very refined, and you have to kind of dissect it slowly and kind of get in there. There's very small nuances on flavors there.
Yeah.
I like it.
Tell me
That's
what you
very
got
good.
on
So-
top before I sip
So
this.
I got up front. I got some of that base sweetness, and I got a lot of the cereal notes that you were talking about on the front palate. But then as it went to the back palate and the finish, I got more like candied ginger, like really
That's what I got
powerful
the
candied
nose.
That's in
ginger,
there.
and
That's what I got.
and like
Ginger.
just like a really nice sweet note that went with it. I mean, it was just really well done.
Well,
I
that's what
like
I'm
it.
hoping to taste here. Because on my nose on the second time around here, I was getting a little bit more of a green note, like a green hay, green alfalfa type. It, freshly cut hay, where it's still fresh.
So George Kaplan had the right comment, like those puff cereals, like puff wheat. Those what was it? What was this? Smacked cereal.
Like Honey Smacks.
Yeah, it's like puffed wheat. That was what I got.
Ginger's exactly what I was looking for. Yeah, and that's that
Man,
ending smell I was getting, and that's exactly what that is.
My nose is off tonight.
The
I gotta be
banana's
honest.
gone away. I don't get the banana
It's,
anymore.
No.
I think there is a sweet note on the palate. I'm really pleasantly surprised with the finish. It's a lot longer of a finish than
Yeah.
I anticipated.
Yeah.
It's
It's
still
more full bodied than I thought it would be.
very much so. Yes, there's some alcohol in it. It's hot. They're both 46, but I think this one's coming in a little hotter than 46.
I'm kind of because it's a lighter flavored whiskey, so I think that it presents the alcohol a little more as forward, versus like a peated whiskey where it kind of masks it.
That's delicious. Wow.
That gold?
Great finish. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I like
it's
it.
a nice, pleasant sweetness, not over the top, but it's strong enough. We're like, wow, it's really sweet. It's not confectioner sweet. It's just a nice sweet, sugar sweet into a nice wood finish. It's
So we
very
already
pleasant.
screwed up the order. We drank on gold. We should have nosed black.
Whatever.
That's all right.
Let's do it.
All right.
So I'm trying to clear out here.
So with black, the nose is more. So I was thinking industrial, but it's not. It's not to that level. There's some more metallic in it. It's still on the light sweet note, but it doesn't have the really high sweet that those has. It's more. It is a pleasant nose. Alcohol, same thing, but it's more. I don't know if pedestrian's the right word.
Did you say industrial first?
It is industrial
Oily?
pedestrian. It's a little bit of
Okay.
oily, but not like motor oil. But it's just a like WD-40 just touched it. Just
Yeah.
a little bit of oil, but
get what
not
you're saying.
but not heavy. But as compared to the gold. Now, if I tasted that up front, I wouldn't think normally industrial. But compared to this,
No, he's
compared to the
absolutely
gold-
right. It's night and day compared to the first one. This is more oily. I feel like it's got some chocolate tones in the nose.
Yeah.
But there's no fruit and there's no sweetness. To that.
I've got a floral note to it.
I'm getting a lot more florals on the gold than I am the black.
Extra water on that yet?
No.
I think I like the nose on gold a little better.
I would agree.
But I like the black's nose.
Not
I mean,
bad.
I don't think it's as
I think it's a lot more rosy.
aromatic as the gold was,
That
but
is correct.
but it's got a nice, like, you got to dig for it a little bit more, I think. But it's got a nice nose to it. I
I
think
think
about
it's
more
getting
rosy.
sweeter. So
Like rose bushes.
this is a horrible comparison. It's not going to do this whiskey justice. But my Polish grandmother, who's long gone now, when I was growing up, she always had these like flower scented soaps in her bathroom. They always
Oh,
look
yeah,
like
yeah.
rose petals and stuff. I can sort of get a little bit of that on this nose. It's a little more. I don't know if this helps you guys in description, but like a fluffier nose. That one.
Fluffy.
I got
more
fruit
airy,
and sugar
more
on
airy?
this. Yeah, sort of, but it's definitely different. And to be honest with you, it's getting vanilla now. Just sitting here, it's going around real quick again. I got a lot more vanilla on that last nose before I hand it off.
I think we're go around one more time. I think it's going to smell.
I think
more
you're
now.
right. I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah, I think you're getting more vanillas.
it was starting to sweeten up a little bit when I had
some
it.
creaminess.
I think pulling that coin off and going around once or twice here, I think it's going to change.
but Andrew's in it to win it.
Yeah, it's definitely got more vanilla in it. I didn't have that before. Not nearly
So-
as oily.
If I'm trying to score round one nose anyway, in the comparisons, I got to
Ooh,
say this is a pretty good standoff. I think they both came out. I think
changed
they
a
both
lot.
threw a punch or two. They both took a punch or two, but I don't think either one of them stood out to
Smell
me.
that before I drink it. I
I
you getting
think
this nose
for
of that
me,
now.
gold
Wow.
took the first round on nosing.
Okay.
But when I taste that black,
That's a big difference.
That's better.
the palate on the black one, I'm getting a lot of caramels and vanillas on it. It's creamy. It's
caramel now.
not at all industrial and oily or anything like that. It's just really smooth drinking, tasty whiskey. It just has great flavor.
Sounds like there's more for you to chew on in the black.
I
than
think
the
it does.
gold.
It feels like oilier. Well, not oily, but it's
Holy
got more
moly.
body to it. Whereas this is kind of, again, the gold is kind of ethereal, where the black is a little more meat and potatoes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he said it.
That's a good way to
That's
describe
a good
it.
way to put it. I mean, there's almost a hint of sherry in that.
This
like
one
it's
definitely
got.
has a little bit more punch
It
now.
reminds me almost of a Buna because it's got a little bit of a underlying chocolate tone
I'm getting
to
that on
it.
the finish. It's more of a milk chocolate than a dark chocolate, but yeah, I'm getting that totally on the
Yeah,
finish.
it's not. I would say the gold is lighter, for sure, and this is deeper. But they're both right head to head for me right now. I like them both equally.
Wow.
I feel like I don't
See,
know.
I'm getting fried chicken on the green now.
I'm kind of torn on the black, honestly, and here's why.
Yep.
It's got
Add water.
a big mouth presence,
You want to try?
I'm gonna go one more time.
but I wish it was only like if it wasn't triple distilled and it had some more of that oily, viscous qualities to it, because it's like it's trying to be this big whiskey, but it doesn't have the mouth coating qualities that I like in a big whiskey like that, and so it kind of loses a step on it. But it's got a lot of punch.
It does. So the difference to me, lots of big differences on the palate. Honestly, I expected the black to be a little bit edgier going down. It's much more approachable. It's much more easier going down. The ginger note on the gold has a little bit more of a spice, which makes it a little bit more edgy. I really got a soft strawberry late finish on black that just kind of lasted for 10, 15 seconds. It was really pleasant. I can't believe how soft it is and approachable on the palate compared to gold.
Yeah,
I was gonna say it's a terrible analogy, but it's almost like a Highland versus Isla. I mean, it's almost that kind of a comparison where this is a very nice light, drier, where this is definitely a little bit more meatier and oilier than what this is.
Yeah, I'm
but not to that extreme.
Right. This one's spicy on the finish, though. I got
Yeah.
that ginger note. Absolutely. This one does not have that spice note on it.
yeah.
That
I'm
one's
getting
got
You
that-
could chew that one for a while.
That dark chocolate note that just kind of lingers, but it's got a bitter quality about it too.
well, I'm getting some like red grape in the mid palate as well on that.
I mentioned sherry earlier. I think it's kind of the same. So we're going back to
Wow.
gold with water on it now.
Okay, so did you put water on black?
No, that's what we're getting ready to do. Did you?
Wow.
You just had another sip, right?
I just to solidify.
Refresh.
I got to be honest. I think nose round one's a tie in my mind. If I got to pull out who's going to win, that's going to have to think about that more.
It's tough.
Palate. If I'm reaching for one right now and I'm put on the spot, I'm going to reach for black.
I would agree with you.
That's just
I would not.
I'm not saying I didn't like gold. I'm saying right now, if you give me an option, you get this one or this one, I'm going to take the black. It just what I appreciate, what I enjoyed more right now in this moment.
So I had gold on the nose, black on the palate, round one. So round two with water. What do you think?
Round one, I would probably go gold on nose and palate, just because this one was spicy and it was edgy spicy, but I didn't like the bitter quality on the finish with the chocolate.
I'm with you on this one. I feel like gold. I feel
Split
like gold.
decision. We
palate
got to
and
fight.
nose. I love what black is doing, but for some reason that's really hitting my sweet spot tonight. Like it's right there.
There you
Talk
go.
to me, Goose.
It's good.
So it's everything that it was before, but it tamed down the ginger note.
Yeah.
So it's got nice cereals up
drinking?
front.
Yeah.
I am. I don't know what you're doing. It's got the cereal notes up front.
Yes.
And this it fades into the sweetness, that fades into this like the candied ginger and the little bit of spice, but it's not nearly as spice heavy as it was neat.
It's
much more
A little
approachable.
bit of a kick to it.
I think it's definitely hotter on the nose. I still get a lot of green hay straw grass in it.
Yeah, I agree. I think the gold just has a little bit more of something going on in the nose.
Yeah. Yeah, the nose is much more active.
For sure.
And it's
Everywhere.
got much more layers.
Yeah.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah.
It's
Gold wins every round on the nose for me. Both with
yeah.
and without water.
Yeah. It's just got a lot more going on.
What you're saying was
The gold on the nose.
you like gold.
Yeah. I'm
So
going
we're
the
gonna
other
go black
way.
with black with
I'm
water.
swimming
now.
the other way on that. I got a green vegetative off note on the nose and palate.
On the gold?
Yeah, the gold was falling apart for me with the water.
That's still good.
I mean,
there.
honestly,
So,
I wish it had the ginger.
Oh man.
so black is tamed down with water. It is very, but I don't think it changed much. I don't think the palate changed. It's just a little bit more dilute. Again, with the black palate, it doesn't. There aren't as many unique characteristics to discuss. It's soft. It doesn't have the cereal note. A little bit of grape, a little bit of dark or a little bit of chocolate in there. It doesn't have the dynamics that the gold does. I don't.
That gold is the problem with the black is that it's a good fighter, it's a strong fighter, but it's overweight. It's losing its steam, and gold is like, nope, I got it, no problem.
Yeah, I think gold's got a little bit of funkiness. I think it's punching with quarters in its glove or
I
something.
think the ginger.
That's not fair.
I get
Yeah,
the ginger again now.
Really?
And, yeah, and it. I just.
See, I like
Yeah.
the subtleness of the black.
I'm telling you, that gold
honestly,
is good.
I think the nose for black with water was better than neat, but I don't care for the palate. Like I liked it better neat, and I mean, it was okay.
I'm struggling because
I'm
I get some
completely aligned with Sean.
I
on
get
this
some
one.
off graininess with the
See?
with the gold.
There's something off in there, man.
There's something off in that glass.
It ain't
It's
right.
not-
It ain't right.
I kind of agree with Mark on this.
The
on
kid's
note.
cross-eyed. I'm telling you.
There's some great things in there, but I
Mule
think the
kicked him,
underlying is maybe
straightened it
not
out.
right.
I'm ready, man.
Go for it.
All right.
I'm ready to take. So, 4 rounds, nose, palate, finish, with water, nose, palate, finish, whatever. They're 2 completely different whiskeys. I enjoy both of them. I could enjoy a glass of either one of these by themselves. I think we hit all the notes pretty solid. On gold, my issue was there was a green, vegetative, grassy note in there that followed through even with water. I think it actually accentuated it with water, and that was not what I wanted to happen. I did like the ginger note on the back meat. It's a little edgier, a little hotter, dare I say. Yes, black is a little more subtle. It's a little softer,
Yes.
but I like the sweet notes. I like that little bit of chocolate. And neat, I had such a long strawberry finish that I just really, really enjoyed. Yeah, it's a little bit softer and lighter of a whiskey, if you will. But I honestly got to say, if I'm scoring this by round, I would say 3-1 black, 3 rounds to 1. I think it was a good close fight, and I would take either one of these glasses. But right now, if these guys offered me one of these 2, I'm taking the black glass.
Okay, Sean.
Sean's up. You ready?
Yeah, man.
He said, "I'm ready."
Struggling.
Flip
So
the cards, man.
I'll let Andrew have this one.
Sean wants to be the deciding factor.
So I think neat nose I would give to gold, although black had some interesting notes, and I thought that it actually with water came out a little bit stronger on the nose. But I enjoyed gold, neat and with water. They were both very good. On the palate, they were just very different whiskeys. Neat,
They are,
right?
very much so.
I thought that the gold had a little more of the sugary, spicy notes going on, whereas the black had like the tannic, chocolate, black tea, just kind of bold flavors that the gold didn't have. But it didn't quite hit me just right, and I didn't like that bitter finish on the black. I actually liked it until it like got to that end finish, and I was like, I'm tired of tasting that. That's not great. So I would give that round a gold. With water, like they both presented basically what they were neat, just tamed down, but I thought gold held together a little bit better. Like the flavor profile came through a little bit stronger. I thought the black just kind of tamed down a little too much. I don't know if maybe we passed the sweet spot on the water.
May have.
It was still good and enjoyable, but it just like I didn't get any of those chocolate notes that I was liking on the palate before. But the gold, I still got the ginger note on the finish. I still got a lot of the sweetness. I got a lot of the cereal notes, and it presented nicely, and I thought it was well done. So I'm going to go gold.
Okay, so we're split decision, black, gold right now. Let's go to you since your vote doesn't count.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty much align with Sean on this whole thing. I'm going to say gold, but here's why. I feel like there's just more little things, nuances with the gold that the black doesn't have. I mean, this is a terrible analogy, but if you want for a Scotch palate, it's like a Buna versus a Dalwhinnie in a sense. Whereas this is more of chocolate background than anything else for me.
So you're picking Dalwhinnie over Boone? Is that right?
In this situation, I am.
You're crazy.
And I feel like the sweetness, the banana Fosters, and I really dig that ginger that you guys don't like. It's really appealing.
So you're
to
not
me.
getting like graininess, like
I
new
get
make edge. On
I get
that
a
gold.
I get a
Yes, I don't.
cereal note up front, but then all I get is like sweetness and the spice. I don't get like all that cereal
So
stuff
let me
fades
ask
away.
you guys this: these are both 46% ABV. Do you think they both drink 46% ABV? Do you think they drink the same?
I think the yellow probably drinks a little hotter.
Yeah,
gold
I think it did.
Absolutely does.
I will say this: I feel like
or gold.
black
yeah.
got a little bit of a screw in the water. I feel like it really hurt it this
Did I
time.
overwater it?
I don't know if I did or
we
you
can-
did.
we
I
can-
feel like it got. It doesn't make a difference. I feel like it got let down with the water up. So Mike, keep it simple. I'm gonna go gold as well. But it doesn't
Sure.
make a difference.
Doesn't matter. So what's the tiebreaker goes to Andrew in the back.
No
Is it
pressure.
going to be gold or black?
So,
I like those colors.
Yeah, I would say that the gold is a whiskey that needs to grow up a little bit. It is there. There's things there that are interesting, but I think it hits these like elbows, and it just doesn't. It's not put together as well as the black glass. The black glass it's a smoother palate. It's easier to drink. It's got richer, deeper flavor. It doesn't have as many flavors maybe, but the flavors it presents are really good. So I got to go with black on this one.
I will say, before we find out which one's which, I would have bet you would have picked the black just because it has those bolder flavors and
does.
that's in
That's
your
your style, yeah.
wheelhouse.
Yeah.
You don't like Highlands. You don't like to have to like.
That's
you don't
fair.
like the lighter flavors. You don't like the honey and floral. You want something that's going to hit you over the head.
Okay, before you finish, and just to throw this out there, since you said that, Irish category here is. I mean, it's that hard to pick a winner here, and not be. To your point of him and his wheel.
no,
it's,
it's
I
totally-
mean, technically
totally
they're both
Irish.
Irish.
So
So
It's totally
in honor
Irish.
of
They're-
Dee, let's do this for Johnny.
do this for 20.
Johnny.
If I compared this against
Johnny.
any Highland, both of these would pale because they don't have the depth of flavor that most like
Sure.
space sites have.
Okay.
These are both
Triple
very
distilled.
Yeah,
these are
they're-
both very representative of an Irish
Fair.
whiskey.
Sure.
I agree.
They're light, they're smooth, they're clean. They're just more flavor in
Who's
the
the
So
winner,
we're
Just
So
man?
making sure I'm
who's
putting it out there. So who's the winner?
so you got
Black
black.
glass.
Black is the winner. Okay.
Black wins.
All right. So
It would have been a split
So,
decision.
no
if
stickers
they were-
anymore.
no stickers. I wrote it down this time. We'll talk about that afterwards. But any guesses before we get going?
All right.
No clue.
We picked the yellow.
We picked the yellow.
You guys picked the
Can't
gold. Oh,
believe
you
you
say you
picked
picked
Yellow
yellow
Spot.
spot? You think gold was yellow spot?
I don't think so,
Okay.
but I don't know.
So I wrote down black equals yellow spot.
Really?
I was surprised too. I forgot.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was
I
with
would
you.
not.
the yellow
have thought that.
spot maintains. It retains the title.
It does.
So
Although I think the water. So at the end of the day, what did we get out of this? Yellow Spot has more going on to it, whereas the Teeling is good. It's a good fighter, but it has a little bit more, finesse in a sense.
I'm gonna take this
Well,
one with me.
it's youthful and
that's
it's
the
more
gold, right?
youthful
Yeah.
and
Let me see it. Let me
bright
polish it
and
off here.
young. I
Get
mean, it's
rid
a
of that
younger
water
whiskey,
on it.
so
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah. So, $100
that goes in here.
versus we're gonna say $70 so far.
Yeah.
Yellow Spot is the
Yellow
current
spot's
king.
retaining. I just want to.
I'm not sure I would have picked that. It makes sense, I guess, but because I guess the Yellow Spot has some sherry influence. Maybe that's what
I had a
brought that.
lot more flavor going on in the Teeling.
I
there.
thought so too. But you know what's good
That's
about that?
crazy.
To your point, you want to take it home, go for it because that's a
It was
good
good. It
bottle.
was good. I liked it.
So if you're an Irish fan, don't be afraid to buy that Irish.
It's-
You know what?
not a bad whiskey.
Yeah, but it's definitely that. I just topped it off with some fresh whiskey. That ginger spice
I
note
love it.
is prevalent.
It is.
I like
I
it.
love ginger. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely
and it's
there.
hitting me right tonight.
Well, you know who will like this? Your old man.
He will love that.
He will.
So
over here for
before
you.
we transition into a live review,
Yeah.
awesome. We haven't done a review in such a long time.
Wait.
I'm excited about
What's
this.
a review?
We're gonna figure this out.
All right.
Let's talk about last week's King of the Hill. So we had a mishap last week, and we actually, I think several of you out there figured
I feel
it
like
out.
it was our fault because we used that.
Oh man, what a good guy.
We
Helping
used the
me
wrong
out.
sticker the week before.
Helping me out.
So the problem is, you guys, every week we go to do these, and we leave stickers on bottoms of glasses or bottoms
Accidentally.
of bottles, from previous weeks, and then it comes time to pre-pour. And so, long story short, Drew can explain it, but we actually got screwed up. And you verified this. You went and did some independent testing
I did.
and said, all right, we got to own up.
Well, we kind of caught ourselves. If you could watch the video from it's actually last week. If you're watching today, it's the what was it? Lagavulin 8 versus Coahuila.
Coahuila was the champ.
Coahuila was
was
the
the-
previous champ. So that week, you guys first dethroned Lecheg.
Yep.
You put a green sticker on it. When I was doing this, we used to put 2 stickers in each one to help, right? And I decided I'm just going to put 1 sticker. That's all we need. I did not even look at the bottom
Of
Coahuila because there was a green sticker on it from when you guys did it. So I put the sticker on the log and my glass. So when we did it,
And what color sticker did you put
it
on?
was green. So they're
1 in 4 chance.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
So exactly. So at the end of the day, the
What are
funny
the
part
odds?
about it,
25%.
25.
at the end of the show, I don't know if you saw on the show or if we were already done with it.
We were confused.
We were already like,
What the
are
hell?
we sure? Because it didn't seem
Yeah.
right.
We tried to gloss it over, but we were confused.
So,
But we usually just let it go because we're pretty.
but we got to own up because, quite
Yep.
honestly, technically, Lagavulin 8's the winner of that. I mean, we screwed that up. So, what do we do? How do we just say we screwed up and say Log's the champ?
Yes.
Or do we do a rematch? I don't know.
we call Log 8 the champ because
Log 8
I did my own. We did a quick one afterwards.
Yes, we
We
did.
all agreed that Log won, but we weren't for sure. I did an independent test tonight, and 100% for sure it was Log 8.
Yes.
So Lagavulin 8 is the champion
But
from
we
last
could bring
week.
back Coahuila in like the lightning round at the
the
end.
lightning
or
round
something.
at the end. I
It
mean,
can still have a chance.
there's
going
going to be a protest. Don King's getting involved. It's crazy. Promote the. I mean, there's the.
If the
pay-per-view
sticker
is gonna-
fits, you must acquit.
Jesus.
Oh my gosh! So I don't want to drink this right now because I really don't want to taint my
Nope, it's not
palate.
We got to clean up for the review anyway.
Yeah, well, let's transition. So, bottom line is, Tom says both are really good scotches. To be quite honest with you, Tom, actually, yes, I'm quite pleased and excited about what Teeling had to offer, considering I'm not adversed and well-known in Teeling. Like I said, I had a very old Teeling at Jeff Teamy's house, which is not fair.
I actually like this one.
But
It's good.
Yeah, I think it's a great
Justice
whiskey.
for Lagavulin.
Justice for Lagavulin.
Oh, you knew Hoagie was
Yeah,
coming in.
Togi. Woo! I agree.
So all the people that have commented, we do look at the comments. Thank you for commenting.
Scandal.
And thank you for calling us out.
We own it.
We own it, and to be honest, we're not perfect, and there is alcohol involved. So there's that.
See,
Exactly.
even the Scotch owners like, man, you guys is tasting everything just didn't seem right. Tom made a joke.
No, the Lagavulins are Scotch.
Thanks, Eric.
Anywho, so let's get on with this. Hit the record on the camera so we do that.
All right,
the
so
record.
you guys are going to
Where's
see a little
that
bit
at?
under the hood here. This
On
is
the screen, man.
Right, screen.
On the
top,
screen.
bottom right.
Oh.
This is the process we go through to
Right.
get ready for a live review.
Wow, it's been
you see the
forever,
reviews
right? Long time.
recorded for since the last 6 years. So we hit record. We start talking about the whiskey. We say, hey, did anybody do research on this? We usually say no here and get on our phone. And then we do mic check. Okay, that
He
we
has to do
sync
the
up the
clap.
audio. And
Whatever.
We're ready to go.
So let's talk about it. You guys, you want to intro?
we got-
it?
we gotta do the intro.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
do
we're
it.
intro. Put in category, I thought that counts. Happy halfway. Yeah, thank you so much, Stevie.
Thanks, D.
Appreciate you, Dina. All right,
Thanks,
so we're recording. So when we do our reviews, they are 100% live,
Real
one shot.
time.
We just
One take.
record in one
One
take.
take.
So you're about to see it again. We've done it before, live before. We're
Haven't
gonna do
done
for
it
you
a
again.
long time.
It's been a long time.
So we should do more
Oh,
of
this
these.
is going to be so much
I'm
fun.
actually a little nervous.
I am too.
Whatever.
Let's do this.
All right, you guys ready?
Let's do it, man.
In 3, 2, What is up, everybody?
guys.
Hey guys, it is
Dummies
Scotch
here.
for Dummies.
Four guys in the Scotch journey to help you with your next Scotch purchase. And what do we have, gentlemen?
Comes in a box.
It comes in a box. I hope it could be your next Scotch purchase. Maybe
This
not.
is an epic bottle tonight.
We've got Glenscotia 25. What's special about Glenscotia 25? I think it won something this year.
No, actually, it was last year, 2021, San Francisco whiskey.
Spirits competition, yeah.
Yeah, whiskey of the year.
It was
So-
the
and
top.
a few other ones too.
It
but
won the top prize, right?
It's it.
We got extremely fortunate. Stumbled into a liquor store I'd never been into here in Indianapolis. They had one behind the counter, and I was like, "Well, that's coming with me."
Got a
And,
hell of a deal on that
and
too.
I only paid what, like $290, $300. I think it was $300.
I feel like that was mispriced.
I think so.
You get a steal on that
So
one.
$300 is what I paid for it. It's not what you're going to pay for it now. If you
48%
find it online, it's
500 pounds.
£500. Yeah, so $700. Glen 25. What do we know about Glen Scotia?
Campbelltown,
25?
right?
Obviously,
It's 25 years old.
it's
48.8% ABV.
48.
48.8.
So I'm reading.
Yeah.
48.8.
And so it's pretty much all ex-bourbon, except for the last 12 months. It's finished in first
First fill
fill
bourbon.
barrels.
First fill bourbon barrels.
Yes.
So it technically is all
So-
bourbon. 25 years in bourbon, but the last year's first fill.
So we're gonna get a little bit more vanilla, a little bit more.
I would say
smooth
That's what they're
oak
trying to do.
notes.
They're trying to kick that vanilla.
Yeah.
More wood
better
influence.
So
So
you hooked Sean up like
Yeah.
a brother, man. Nah, it's all right. So let's see. What else do we know about Campbelltown from our experiences?
So
I know
you
I
get the
love them.
funk. You get the great flavors, deep flavors. It's the bourbon barrel. It'll be interesting to see because when I think of Campbelltown, I think of all that funk. To kick the vanilla in, it's going to add that layer to it that could be really interesting.
I was thinking that too. That sweeter notes applied to that funky, interesting Campbelltown flavor might make it a very interesting whiskey.
I wonder if we're gonna get that funk though. Are you
Yeah,
thinking we're gonna get
that's
the
my
funk?
concern. 25 years old, that funk may be gone.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think
on
you're
the
still going to
hands,
get a
I
little
oak.
bit.
Well,
Oakiness.
there's
Oh.
no time like the present. Let's dig into the nose.
All right.
All right.
All right.
So as you see, we just poured
Ooh.
these glasses.
Yeah.
And,
No.
and some people will say,
Yep.
you know, you need to have it sit out for 25 minutes because it's a 25-year-old glass or 25-year-old bottle.
I wouldn't dispute that.
But and
yeah.
there's some truth to that. But our pattern is we pour it, we drink it, we water it, and we
consistent.
judge it.
So my initial nose had some funk on it,
it's thick as shit.
Very light.
but it's got some nice sweet vanilla notes too, like custardy notes.
I get lots of vanilla.
I'm getting custard and vanilla. I'm not getting a whole lot of funk on those.
Yeah. Eggnog, vanilla. A little. My first initial was a little bit of funk too, but that's kind of gone now.
It's wafting off a little bit, but I think that it's going to be stronger than you think.
I definitely get the alcohol content on it. I got to be honest. First nose, if I were blindfolded, I would say that's just a malt madness scotch.
Well,
That's a straight up malt bomb right there, right? It's an Old Polteny 21 without the brine.
see, the funk is coming out now. So when I think funk, I typically
Try
consider
it.
that. I align that with like barnyard, you know, kind of sweat socks kind of smell. It's a kind of funkiness that you get when that seems kind of off, but isn't completely off.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's kind of what we get here.
To me, I always think of it as like
There's openness.
like a tangy, almost like a vinegary
Yeah.
kind of. You know, it's not like it just kind of makes you pucker, and it's got like a sour quality to it a little bit, but not off-putting. And this has that.
Oh, that nose is coming out so nice.
Did you taste it yet?
I don't think it has
No,
that much
Jason.
funk to me though.
Okay,
To
so-
me, this is all red apples. This is all
On palate or nose?
and palate.
Oh. Skip the nose?
Well, Sean and I couldn't wait.
Yeah,
So
no, it's
it's
delicious.
red apples in the palate,
Totally
and it's
delicious.
got plenty of that wood influence and some nice caramel vanilla notes.
Okay, let me name these real quick. First, I've got 4 different noses coming right off the bat.
Ooh.
First nose was malt.
hitter.
I got all malt on it, and I was like, "Oh, this is great," and vanilla. And then I go back in, and I started to get like a grainy, a grassy note, right? And it was really like, "Whoa, what's going on there?" And then it changed again. I got a little bit more funkiness, and even now it's coming back. This thing is evolving as I talk. I mean, it's changed 3 or 4 times. I was trying to keep track of it because you guys were talking. I'm like, I'm going to lose them all.
It is
I
a
really need to take
really
notes.
complex scotch.
There's a ton of shit going on in
Yeah.
this glass.
And it's kind of hot.
Is it?
I haven't had a
tasted
second
it
sip yet.
It's got some heat to it, but I don't
There's
think that it's
floral in there. Damn.
it's not overpowering. I don't think.
I don't think it's too hot.
I still get a little bit of the funk, but I can tell that it's like old funk, if that makes sense. Like it's well, it's kind
subtle,
of wafted
yeah.
off, right? Like it's subtle. It's not as potent as it probably would have been, 10 or 15 years prior to this. But it still presents itself. But I get the nice vanillas. There's some nice floral qualities to it. I got some nice malty notes up front that are very prevalent and pronounced. It's got a grassy note to it. There's apples in there.
I got
mean,
dried peaches.
It's a lot.
So yeah, that was the thing with my palate.
Yeah.
I took one sip and I wanted to give first impression, and I will go back in. I got nice sweetness, light vanillas on the front. It comes in, you hit a little bit of wood note in the center. It just like popped in there. It was like new oak. I mean, they just popped in the center, and then it faded out into a nice like caramel finish. I would tell you, and then there's some funkiness in the mid to back palate. It like goes like this through the flavor profile.
What a wonderful nose.
Did you guys put water on it yet?
No,
I
man,
just
I
took my
was-
first sip.
Water makes it pop. I mean, all those sweet notes and the floral come out. I mean, it's
My first
amazing.
palate impression after all those notes on the nose was milk chocolate.
I just got that on my second.
I was like, what? Not bitter chocolate,
No.
milk chocolate. I'm like, where did that come
Oh,
from? And then
gosh.
it followed through with everything I had on the nose on the finish, and I'm like,
That mid palate just blows up. Wow,
Yeah,
it's so tasty.
The middle is strong.
let me take one more neat because I'm dying to get into this with water.
And I
Here's
didn't
your
put
milk
very
chocolate.
much on it.
Here's your milk chocolate. And the finish for me.
Oh, that is so good.
Ooh, vanilla's coming out. There's
yeah,
that
so- vanilla comes out strong.
So hint already, it's going to get a good score. Just obviously we're all excited about it, but it's rolling in like chemistry, right?
Yeah.
From a first sips to where this is their second sips to second palate. I mean, it's evolving.
To me, the mark of an excellent Scotch is the complexity of the layers and the fact that it just continuously evolves. Like you want to go back in and smell it and taste it because it's going to be different than the taste before.
As long as that evolution is smooth, it works
Yes,
together. Because some,
correct.
it's like disjointed, but
Yeah.
this is not. It
No,
really
everything
is
is
this-
very harmonious. It all makes sense as it flows together. You get a sense of purpose from it. It's a really nice bottle.
Yeah,
Wow,
this is not my normal wheelhouse because this is not a heavily peated. It's not like rich ruby fruits. There's no raisins and prunes and plums and things like that. It's just a really light whiskey, but it's got all these flavors and components that show themselves throughout the palate. I have to say it's pretty good.
It's evolved. I've got oranges now, and I've got some stone fruits going on the nose. I mean, I didn't have any of that before water.
Oh
So
man,
you
I'm
get
getting
peaches now?
tapioca on with water. It's bringing that oakness out.
Yeah, I am getting a little bit more oaky notes now, especially on the finish. It's got a drying quality to it now.
But I'm getting that grass notes coming back. It's going through the same freaking evolution that it did need. I'm sitting here really watching this thing change in front of me.
The nose is just wonderful. Like it's not super. What I like about this is what is it basically matured in?
Oak.
Oh,
American
And
oak.
we're getting
American
all
oak,
these
baby.
flavors out of that. That there's, I mean, normally we go this crazy on like really rich sherry cask or some kind of finished port or something that really kind of helps push that deep
Damn,
flavor.
right.
This is holding all that on its own.
Yeah.
I'm getting like cranberries underneath it now. It's like crazy.
The initial palate, I'm getting a lot of creaminess, like buttercream, like on that initial palate, which then rolls into a little bit of the woodiness. With water, the oakiness comes down for me. You got more on it, but
Only on the finish.
it's smoothed everything.
Wow.
It's like the very back palate. It's like a drying, like a new oak board.
Wow.
On the finish,
But but it's up until that point, it's awesome.
The
it's
water
awesome.
changed the milk chocolate note a bit to a little bit more of a bitter chocolate or dark chocolate note, if not even a little bit of a coffee on the end. This is just a wild ass
ready?
glass. It just
get going.
keeps.
I'll
yeah,
do it.
we gotta go.
I'll do it. So, I mean, this is why we drink Scotch. Like, It is a
100%.
extremely complex glass, and I love Drew's point about, it's all oak barrels, so everything, all of these flavors that we're getting are coming from the new make, and have sat in a barrel for 25 years, and they're still this prevalent and this intense. And I love that fact, because I've had older scotches that I was like, well, there's no there. You just sat in the barrel for 20 years for no reason at all, right?
They picked some good barrels.
This is a very active scotch, neat and with water. It had so much to give. I could go back and put water on this 2 or 3 more times. And in fact, I probably will after we're done with this, just because a small sip imparts so much flavor and depth and character. And I've gotten so much out of the glass, and I'm sure the longer I sit with this, the more I'm going to pull. I'm going to say, like, the only thing that's bringing it down for me just slightly is some of the finish with the water is slightly disjointed. It's not quite what I'm looking for. But, I mean, it's splitting hairs, to be honest. So I'm going to give it a 3.5. It's not quite a 4 for me, but it is an excellent scotch and well worth seeking out.
Does that put me next, or you guys want to
If
go?
you want to be.
I mean, I can, or if somebody wants to jump,
I'll go. I know we're going out of order. But I would say, I would generally agree with Sean on this, but there are a couple of nuances that I want to put in. I would disagree that this is all new make. There's a lot of wood influence here, but it is a very subtle, I wouldn't say spent barrel, but if you spent 25 years in a barrel, it can't be an aggressive barrel. So they put it in probably pretty dead barrels for the first 24 years, and then put it in a new barrel for the last year to bring those vanillas and
energize
caramels
it.
in.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's what they did here.
Oh, smart.
I think we lost a lot of the classic Campbelltown flavor. There's a little bit there,
Okay.
but it's
Okay.
pretty much a bourbon finished whiskey or bourbon barrel whiskey. It's great, and I'm going to give it a 3.5 as well, because the presentation of this whiskey is exceedingly well done. It doesn't have some of the bold flavors I typically like. I wish there was more Campbelltown flavor in there. It's still there. It's really subtle, but maybe that's 25 years old. I've not had many 25-year-old Campbelltown, so
True.
My fault. But it's a great whiskey. They've done a great job balancing the whiskey with the barrels in this. Good job.
Yeah, 3.5 for you.
Yep.
I'm gonna go 3.5 as well. I love everything about this. Now you've hit some really good points that I wasn't really thinking about. When I am looking for a Campbelltown, I am looking for funk.
Yeah.
However, what this gives you, knowing what you're buying, 25 years, knowing what is simple. It's just maturation and bourbon casks. I mean, that's it.
It is a simple.
And what it's producing is really well done. It's like a professional did this. Like they knew exactly what they were doing, and it's well done. Balanced everything you said from first impressions, neat with water. It evolved, and it was just tasty. It got creamier, it got sweeter. There was chocolates there. It just mellowed down. I mean, it's a beautiful whiskey. Well balanced. The price, I mean, I think if you can find this for what you bought it for,
all day, every day, all day, every day.
No brainer whatsoever. I think what it's going for now in the market, it's probably a little harder maybe to pull the trigger. But for what this is as of right now, 3.5.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd pay 500 pounds for this.
Yeah.
So I'll start off with
Can you
saying,
name a whiskey you would pay 500 pounds?
Yeah.
That's not fair. That's not fair. That's a fair question.
Great question.
Go ahead.
I will start
throwing
off
that
with,
out.
I see why this thing won in San Francisco in 21.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly think this is a great whiskey. I'm giving it a 4. I love this. And yes, I can agree with everything you guys said. Yeah, when I go to a Campbelltown, I want some of that funk. I'm saying if I close my eyes and I drink this whiskey, this is the definition of what Scotch whiskey is. When someone says, "Oh, I've tried with Scotch and I hate it," like, yeah, someone started you off with Lefroy 10. Here, let me pour you a little of this, and you're like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
I go back and watch my notes on the note. I mean, I cannot believe I was literally counting how many different changes I was getting. I love the complexity. This thing was just, it was evolving in front of me, and it's continuing to do so. Water did the same thing, and there hasn't been one note that was off. It was just like a perfect melody. It just kept going and never out of tune.
Yeah.
Right?
It never dropped.
Right.
You got a good point there.
Everything just continues to keep going. 25 years. Yes, I want to put some more water in this when we get off camera. Honestly, this is a dram I could enjoy from start to finish and never regret everything about it. I regret we only have one bottle. Thankful we got it for $300.
For real.
Thankful that we even get the chance to try it. I really hope you do. If you do, pull the trigger. Even if it's at a bar and you can get a dram of it, you gotta try it and find out what it is, why this thing won the way it did. Because I think it's great. I think it deserves. We haven't done a review in so long, and I don't want to just start handing out fours. But honestly, guys, I get malt madness. I get fruit. I get everything.
Okay, so Sean, you were
3.5.
I was 3.5
3.5.
And a 4. So,
So
4,
3.625.
That's
is
it.
our
There we go.
rating
Math
for this one.
is easy.
Good luck
Great.
finding this bottle if you can.
Glenscotia
pull
25.
the trigger.
If you got extra money, maybe even worth 500 pounds.
Amen.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
See you
Cheers.
next time. That is delicioso.
Let me hit the old stop record. And let's get back to the live.
Yeah, where's the
Pull
live?
comments
let's go,
back
let's
up.
go to the comments back up.
Drew turned the comments off.
Yeah, because
so
I
we-
thought you were going to ask a question.
I
like,
almost did.
We're not talking to the comments.
Too late.
I had to stop you.
Holy shit!
Ross
Did you guys-
Fudd, let's put Ross Fudd's up there.
Which one?
Up
Right here?
there. Not my wheelhouse and not normal wallet, too.
Yeah, that's true.
correct.
We
I
had
gotta ask, guys.
I do want to call out a couple things earlier that definitely need to be called out. One is this.
All right,
speaking of
Rich.
juice.
So I turned him into a Glenscotia fanboy, and so
That's awesome.
we'll be talking, brother.
We got DBC earlier, right?
Yeah.
there's
And
another-
then I do want to say thank you to our new member.
Hey, Bobo, thank
Welcome
you.
to YouTube.
If you're not a member, it's like $1 something a month, and you get access to some emojis and some other fun stuff.
okay.
So
Yep,
So-
and you get the green
you get the
icon,
green
too.
icon, yep, all kinds of
So
stuff.
Mark
appreciate
JG, that's why I gave it a 4 mark. Honestly, this thing just changed, and it never changed off. It never made a wrong turn. Every turn it changed to was good. I was
See,
like, okay.
Mark's point on that was really solid. There is nothing off on this whiskey. And I would agree.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, maybe I should
Well
do
put
that for-
together whiskey, guys. I'm Glenscotia.
Yeah.
Hats off. Good job.
Whoa, look at David Schell's comment.
What's he saying?
That's insane.
I'm in Australia, and it goes for 3,000.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Holy shit!
Okay,
and I
it's
think
not worth that.
Didn't you? I think I saw a comment not too long ago about everything in Australia, from Scott's point, is like super expensive these days.
Wow.
Is so, David? Is that when you say 3,000? Is
I'm
that
sure it's
3,000 USD or
there's
US?
Canadian,
I
or
mean
Australian.
US. Yeah. What's
know
the
the exchange
conversion? I
rate.
gotta get my arms around that. I gotta understand that.
There's
shit.
no way, even if it's 4-1, it's not worth it.
I will say I hate when the prices get jacked just because something wins an award.
Right. It's
Right?
good.
Like, I don't care what those people said. Is it good for me? Like,
And let's
So-
be honest, they're not always right.
No.
You know, something
It's
wins and
Australia.
you taste it and you're like,
No.
oh, this is freaking, trough. I don't want this. But they got it right on this one. I see why they voted this one.
So Bob H did the conversion for us. Thank you, Bob. That's $2,000 USD. Yeah, that's not worth that. I say
no,
because
no.
it just doesn't. I mean, it's
Anybody
good.
want to buy 2/3 of a bottle?
Yeah, it's-
Yeah,
$1,000
we'll
right here.
only charge you $1,000 USD for 2/3 of a bottle.
seems like
That's
seems like
not
a deal for
happening.
me.
So he's saying, so that's about what we think it's going for. Around average, I think is between $500 to $600 is probably
It's high.
That's high.
But
You know what we should do?
So.
We should do a freaking quick raffle right now and give a 2-ounce sample of this bad boy away. There.
I like
we
it.
got 41
Yeah,
people
man.
on. If you hung around to watch this part of the show, it's 10:59. We're supposed to kill the show.
I
in a
love
minute.
that idea.
If
That's
you're
great.
here and you want to change, you're going to do a whiskey raffle right now. Drew's setting it up. 2-ounce sample. The Owls will deliver it to you.
Hashtag.
If you're out of the
Hashtag
country,
Scotia.
Scotia.
if you're out of the country, the Owls will try to deliver it to you. No promises. But there you
All
go.
All right, so if you type hashtag Scotia into your chat or to your comment section, no, Tom's
Not raffle. Nice try, though, boys.
Hashtag Scotia.
We will send a 2-ounce sample to you.
Wesley's got it.
Wesley's on it.
Once you do
Follow his
that,
instructions.
Where's that?
Owl delivery.
There we go.
so what? Type that into your comment. I think you have to be a YouTube subscribe. You have to be logged into YouTube
Yeah, you do have to
or
be.
or Facebook, and
Sean's cut off.
Sorry, man.
Sorry, Sean.
and then type that in there.
The whiskey's what's important.
All
We'll
I'm
do
going
a
to
raffle
say
at the
is
end
if you're one of the 43 and you haven't typed hashtag Scotia in this,
You're crazy.
you're missing out because
Yeah.
you want to try this.
I would hope. You know what? Let's do 2.
All right.
All right.
Otherwise, you got to come to Indiana to try it, I guess.
Yeah, we're
I
gonna
don't
do 2.
know.
We're gonna do 2 because
It's
we love you
exquisite.
guys, and you guys have stuck around with us
And-
for 6 years. 7
Yeah.
years.
7 years, man.
Damn.
7 years
Yeah.
we've been doing it.
We haven't done a giveaway in a while either.
I know.
so
we haven't done a review
that's
in a while.
nice.
It's like a first for everything.
We're all excited.
That's good.
It's like the
So we're
Oprah
gonna
show.
do 2 away tonight.
So, Rich, type that in without the homie, and you're good
Reach
to go.
under your chair. You get a Glenscotia.
Yeah,
You get a
Scott,
Glenscotia?
Rich, you better type that in without the homie. Just pound Scott Scotia.
No,
hashtag.
Yeah, hashtag. Yeah, well, pound, same thing.
I know. But
Whatever.
you're right. I don't
We got
want to-
23 entries out of 44 people.
20
Come on,
people have
people.
it.
Come on.
So yeah, and this will go international as well, whether you're in
Yeah, we'll get it to you.
Canada or Australia.
One way or another, we're going to make it happen.
Yep.
Well
Some
worth it.
pretty good shit.
I wonder
It's
if I can do this.
delicious.
Is this picture in picture? Oh, look at that.
Look
That's
at
what we need to
look
do.
at that. Look at that.
Look at all the
How do
options
we only
you
have
got,
25
man.
entries?
Hit the like too. Yeah, everyone's got a good point.
I like that, everyone.
I only got 3 likes on there.
All right, we're gonna do this in
The-
60 seconds for the first round.
We're
got
giving away
25.
samples to the 3 people who have hit the like button.
I know, right? You guys, yeah,
That may be
it has
fair.
nothing to do with the hashtag Scotia. We're gonna look up the 3 people that hit the like button, and you're all
Yeah.
getting samples.
So
Mystery Girl.
hit the like button and then don't forget to subscribe.
We're at 58,000.
Krista.
All right, 25 people. We're gonna do the first round. Here we go.
That's crazy.
All right, here you
Booyah.
go. First round's up. Who's the winner? Winner, chicken dinner, Glenscotia 25. Send it to me.
Tom Har! That's awesome.
All right. Well,
Hey, Tom, I know you live in Illinois. It might get there next year.
you're going to have to drive down
brother.
and get that one,
Kidding.
buddy.
All right.
We got another one to give
Doing
away.
it again.
All right, so
Everybody that hasn't got in there better get in there.
Oh, he's gonna try. He's gonna do again. So you have to
Hold on.
re-register.
this is Scotia 2.
Make it harder.
Yep,
Ooh.
got to re-enter if you want in
Scotia,
on the
the
second
number
one.
2.
Scotia 2.
Just like that.
Tom R.
Tom R, you
Tom,
can't
you
win
can't
again.
do it. Don't do it, Tom.
Yeah, Tom, don't you dare put this in here.
That's
You're,
not
you're
fair.
out.
You don't
You're
get 2
done.
samples.
EJF didn't want a sample. He might like it too much. You would actually absolutely
All right.
love
Wow, that's really good.
it. Know thyself.
He actually, he may have won. He doubly entry. I think he did Facebook and YouTube. That's smart.
That is smart.
Oh man, EJF's like, if I win, I'm gonna have to spend $700 to go buy a bottle.
That may be a problem.
Right.
I mean, that is the problem, right?
I mean, that is a delicious
really
freaking
good.
brand.
So, Tom,
boys.
I think we have your mailing address, but go ahead and
I don't
send it
know.
to Scotch.
I'm just going to hold it at the
We got it.
restaurant. You
So
can
I
come
see
down and see
Martin
me.
Fielder is in, and Paul and Francois. We haven't said hey to you guys yet.
Nice to
so
see
it's
you.
good to see you. Glad you're in the entry.
We got 25 again already.
To recap real quick,
Dave Shaw's in
we
there.
have Yellowspot maintained its title in the King of the Hill, so Irish Yellowspot wins. We did clarify and
Reclassify our,
fix last week's screw up. Log 8 did beat Coley. We had a mix up in the stickers. Most of you saw that anyway, and so we're just owning up to it. Log 8 is the current King of the Hill.
Glenrothus is still the king of the hill from Sherry,
Yep.
which we need to figure out the next Sherry category.
We need another sherry contender,
Oh, Conrad.
which we might have one up. We need to look at things.
I got a
So,
bunch of Tamdoos.
We've only got
and we got and the blend is as artisan.
Artisan, so Compass Box is the. So we've only got maybe 6 more weeks of this King of the Hill before we really start wrapping it up. So anyway, that being said, go check out the Glenscotia.
Here's the
25
draw.
review. Here is the second winner tonight, and it's going to
Michael R.
Nice,
George
Michael.
thought it was him. I thought it was
It
you.
was. George is like, oh, it's me. Oh.
That's all right. We like giving it out to people
Michael
who
R.
haven't won before.
Michael R. Where are you in the comments?
Michael R.
Michael R. You need
Are you
to
there, Michael R?
email scotch4dummies@gmail.com with your address that the owl can deliver it to you. We put it on a little, and the owl flies it over. It's kind of cool.
We call Harry, and he does
Yeah.
his magic. And
But you need to email us, Michael R. scotch4dummies@gmail.com, and
We'll get this sent out.
you won't be disappointed.
No, it's delicious.
For sure.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Appreciate you guys every single week. We'll get that review of
We love y'all,
Glenscotia
man.
out and the real review, and we'll see you guys
Next
time.
week.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, boys.
Oh, look, I'm pulling a mark. I'm not ready yet.
Oh, don't do that.
Bye.
3, 2, 1.